Hello. Whistleblowers perform a valuable service when they come forward with what they reasonably believe to be evidence of wrongdoing. They should never suffer reprisal for doing so. These have been the guiding principles that I have followed since coming on board at the beginning of 2018 as the first presidentially appointed Senate-confirmed Inspector General at the National Security Agency. And before that, as the Deputy Inspector General and whistleblower ombudsperson serving under and with the great IG Michael Horowitz at the Department of Justice. In my 3.5 years as the IG at NSA, I've worked with my team to enhance the impact, the independence, and the transparency of our work, including making more impactful recommendations and holding agency leaders accountable for achieving them. We've also introduced our first public website, oig.nsa.gov, where we post unclassified versions of our semi-annual reports to Congress and unclassified versions or summaries of a number of reports. The reason I'm particularly pleased to be with you today is that none of that work would be possible without people coming forward when they see something they think is wrong. At NSA OIG, we have a hotline available on both our classified and unclassified systems that provides a critical means whereby people can come forward and make protected communications to the OIG. You know, OIGs across the federal government work hard to be aware of what's going on at the departments and agencies they oversee. But the simple fact is the government is just too vast and the issue's too complex for us to know everything that's going on without people at the front lines coming forward when they see something that they think is wrong. And that's really important because it enables us to look into the issues and initiate investigations or reviews as appropriate. At NSA OIG, we've created whistleblower protection pages on both our classified and unclassified sites that contain lots of information about whistleblower rights and protections. I also created a whistleblower coordinator position, which is very important as a point of contact for people regarding these issues. And most recently, we served as subject matter experts working with the agency to develop a new training program on whistleblower rights and protections. And I was very pleased that the director agreed to make that training required for all agency employees on an annual basis. For people to come forward, it's really critical, I believe, that they know that they can report without fear of reprisal. We at the NSA OIG strictly follow our obligations regarding the confidentiality of complainants, and we investigate all credible claims of reprisal. I've personally prioritized these matters, and both my counsel and I review every report of investigation on reprisal matters just to make sure that we're doing everything we can to reach the right result. We've also put in place a policy since I've been on board at NSA OIG, where if we determine that we don't believe that a complaint of reprisal is substantiated, we give the complainant an opportunity to come in and review the tentative findings and conclusions. And I think that's really important to ensure the accuracy of our work, but also to create that sense of institutional justice that is really essential in developing trust with the workforce. In fact, along those lines, we've had a number of individuals come forward after we determined not to substantiate reprisal. And while they weren't happy with that result, they told us that they appreciated the way in which the matter was handled and their opportunity to have input on the process. You know, within the intelligence community, whistleblowers are particularly important. In the IC, so much must be done outside the public eye for it to be effective. And as a result, there are more limited opportunities and avenues for people to lawfully bring forward information. In that regard, I think it's particularly important within the intelligence community that we respect and support those who come forward with that information. So I guess in closing, I go back to where I started, the very simple guiding principles that individuals perform a service to the agencies and departments where they work and to the public when they come forward with information, and they never should suffer reprisal for doing so. I thank you for all that you do in this important area and very much for the opportunity to speak with you today.